As a reminder, if you've been looking for dice or accessories to help you with D&D, TTRPGs, or board games in general, please visit metallicdicegames.com and enter the coupon code TI10 to get 10% off the entire website.
Hello, this is Zell. The Master Archivist told me that if you are enjoying this story, you could go to patreon.com/taking initiative. And by subscribing there, you could get access to episodes early or access to bonus content. I don't know what that is, but sounds fun.
The door on the other end of the room is opened up. Inside you see a relatively small square room, and you see that there's a bunch of statues inside.
I'm having flashbacks to the fucking burial chamber.
Yeah, right?
I'm going to use my second wind and heal up a little bit. Back to full, 16 hit points.
Nice.
You say there are 4 statues in here?
There are 9 statues in here.
9 statues. Okay, wow, I was way off. Well, they're all Confederate generals, so we're tearing them down. What's up?
They are not. I would not give them the pleasure of being in this game.
Surreal, how much damage have you taken?
11 damage. I'm at 89. Don't worry about me.
Okay. I'm going to cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay. Yeah, you can heal up a little bit as you guys end up walking into this room. So you walk into this room, and you see that the room is filled with 9 statues of gargoyles, all just perched on top of pedestals. On the floor in front of the statues, there is an arcane circle in front of each one. As soon as you all enter the room, the door behind you closes shut, and you hear the ticking of a clock.
Barty, I'm gonna be real with you right now. Your brother fucking sucks.
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 Piece of shit.
Sucks.
Hate him.
Do all the arcane runes look the same?
Make a perception check.
13.
13? They do all look the same.
All look the same. Guys, all the arcane runes down here all look the same, at least to me. I'm not a magic caster. Do you recognize this rune, Barty? Is it from your past?
No, this is new. Do the statues all look the same as well?
Make a perception check.
21.
21. You notice that physically the statues all look the same. However, when you look at the eyes, you notice that the eyes have different colors.
I inform everybody. Statues are all the same. The eyes, however, are different colors.
So I should also explain that the statues are situated in a 3x3 grid. So it's 3 on each side, and then 1 in the middle. From the top left all the way across, and then going to the second row, it's red, orange, blue. The second row is green, black, yellow, and the first row is black, purple, and white.
Well, didn't the yellow one get us into this, like, yellow paper, yellow thing, candle, get us into this one in the first place?
Yeah.
What was the third row, John? What, purple, white?
Black, purple, and white.
Moose, reaches into her pocket, pulls out some pocket sand, and just, tosses it on the arcane circle in front of the yellow one.
Okay. You throw it onto the circle, and nothing happens.
Okay.
Barty, roll an Arcana check. Or I would say anybody can roll an Arcana check if you're familiar with magic.
That's a 9.
Yeah, you're trying to look at the runes on the ground, but it's unfortunately not part of your wheelhouse, as you don't know what the runes are, or the sigils are.
If I were to toss a silver piece onto another rune, like red, let's go with red, what happens?
Nothing.
Nothing, okay.
Is there anything color related in your song, Barty, or do we want to do the order of the colors from the original room?
I think that's the safer bet. Just do the order of the colors from the original room.
All right, first one then is yellow.
I'm going to go first and step on the rune.
Okay, you step on the yellow circle, and it begins to glow.
All right, next one's green. Anyone favor green?
Alright, yeah, fine. I'll step on the green one.
Okay, it glows.
Next one's purple. That's the color of my scarf. I'll go stand on it.
Okay, it also glows.
Next one's red.
I'll jump on it.
It glows.
And then in my notes I have a B. I forgot if it was blue or black. Is it blue?
It's blue.
It's blue, yeah.
Last one's blue.
All right, got it.
You go onto the blue, and you stand there. Several more minutes go by as you're just standing there until finally the sigils glow much more brightly, and the ones that you didn't step on fade to nothing. As around each of you, this arcane shield goes and protects you as the room fills with fire, and none of you take any damage.
Yay! We didn't fuck it up!
The fire subsides, the shields go down, and the wall at the end, actually the gargoyle in the middle on the back, descends into the ground, and the wall opens up, and you see a little tunnel that leads towards a room with a pedestal, a piece of paper on the top, and 5 candles. The yellow one is no longer lit.
God damn it. Do we have to do this 4 more fucking times?
I think so.
God
I'm so glad we
damn
didn't
it.
take forever to try to solve that puzzle, because we have a tendency of overthinking things, and Mortimer got it the first try.
Funny enough, I initially was gonna give you guys 5 minutes to figure that one out, and I decided to do 10 because I did this with Beth, and she was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. So I was like, I'll give him a little bit more time. You did it in under 5 minutes. Good job.
Nailed it.
Well done. Well done. Okay, I am going to continue forward,
Pick a color. Any color.
and just in the next order, it was
Green was next.
green. So I'm going to take the paper and go in the same order.
As you pick up the paper, you notice that the first stanza of acceptance is written in yellow ink on the paper, and you go over towards the green one as you see green letters begin to form. And once again, the air around you distorts as you see the image of the 2 Arakocra mid-flight. They land near a massive port town on the coast of the jungle. You see people dressed in all kinds of vibrant fabrics moving from place to place, peddling wares and exchanging all kinds of business. Easily the most foreign sight here is the brave souls mounted atop tamed dinosaurs. The brothers land and are met by several people who seem to relay information about a quest to them. The two exchange a look as one ventures further into the town with a welcoming smile on his face, and the other flies off with a sense of determination. Words appear on the ground near you, glowing in green. It says, "To the port town the 2 feathers flew, a life of adventure, and their first quest coming into view."
I'm guessing everything freezes, right?
Yep, everything's frozen right now.
Barty is going to walk up and stand next to his body in the memory.
Mhm.
And he says, I could never forget this day. We had decided to split up. He would scope out the area, and I would get some more information, get to meet the locals, see what they had to say.
Oh, what happened?
Well, I mean, for me, it just reaffirmed the mission. These people were good people, friendly people. I mean, skeptical at first, but, welcomed me, and I was able to play for them, and they seemed to enjoy the music. They seemed to enjoy the stories, and it was a nice time.
Is this still in Chult?
Yeah.
I would say all of you can make a history check.
To see if it's the place I know it is?
Yep.
13.
18.
Ooh, no, 5.
15 for Surreal.
15? Okay. So, Moose, Surreal, and Mortimer, you have heard about Chult, and especially for Surreal and Mortimer, having been from Waterdeep, you know of a place in Chult known as Port Nyanzaru, which primarily is the big exporting port town of Chult, where they would get all of the exotic stuff that you would find in the jungle get shipped to Waterdeep or other places in the Sword Coast, including coffee.
Hey, Barty.
Yeah.
I hate to interrupt. I know you're experiencing a lot of things right now, like a lot of feelings and emotions.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta ask, have you ever ridden a dinosaur?
No, I unfortunately never got the chance.
Damn. Okay, when we are all done with this, you and I are going to Chult and we're riding dinosaurs. All right?
Deal.
Okay, cool.
Anybody who's looking at the other brother that's flying away, make an insight check.
19.
19? Anybody else looking?
Oh, no, I was looking, but it's very bad. It was 5.
You were looking, but your eyes were closed.
Well, the sun was in that direction. I was doing that cat thing. I'm just like,
So Mortimer, you're kind of just like wandering around looking at the scene, taking it all in, and you look at the figure who you now know as Barty's brother. You look at his face and you see that there is a very distinct difference in the way his demeanor is. In that previous memory you saw of him, he was very jovial and had this big smile on his face. Now his face is just almost in like a scowl, which doesn't seem to be right.
What, Barty, I'm sorry to interrupt to talk about dinosaurs, which we will get back to at another point. I'm seeing your brother here. He seems different than the first memory.
Mm.
Did things change here?
I mean, don't think so. He was always so protective of me, and we only had each other, so I always just remembered him as being my great brother, my awesome brother.
So no reason he would be really aggravated for some reason?
Not that I recall. We were sent here. We headed over here because we heard of the town was being overrun by this evil force, and I don't see why he would be angry, but this is such a positive memory for me. This is the first time I used the name Barty McFly around people, and it was a good time for me.
Was it his name before this?
No, we had just decided that our names were too difficult to pronounce, and I decided to go by Barty, and he decided to go by Flock. But, he never really got to introduce himself. It was so overwhelming. I kind of just talked about myself, introduced myself, said that we were here to help, me and my brother, and I don't see why he would be angry.
The scene around you begins to shift as the noon sky darkens, and the scene shifts to a night of celebration. You only see one of the brothers joining in on the festivities, the one you know as Barty. A few moments pass, and he eventually begins looking around in concern before deciding to walk off and look for his lost brother. More green text appears. The foe to confront wielded powerful dark magic. Little did they know the encounter would be tragic.
I've been starting to put together from a meta perspective who this spellcaster may be about around the first memory, and I'm having major concerns right now. I'm going to cut the meta short, but that's where I'm sitting.
Yeah, my brother was supposed to meet me back in town after he scoped the area, but he never showed. I had to go find him, I worried for the worst, but I eventually found him outside of town. He didn't want to come back for some reason. I was having such a good time with everybody, and everybody was so welcoming, but he seemed more committed to the mission rather than getting to know anybody. Don't understand why. These people were so nice. It was nice, but all he wanted to do was keep moving forward.
Everybody make a perception check.
24. Finally.
I get advantage on perception checks this whole time. I completely forgot.
That's right, you do.
So does everybody.
Everybody gets advantage on perception checks.
Oh, everyone gets it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because of his gloves.
Thanks.
That helm, guns.
14.
Thank you for the advantage. 22.
24.
13.
13. So everybody besides Zell, you can... Actually, no, Mortimer, you got a 14, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody besides Zell and Mortimer. You look past where the memory Barty is walking towards, and in the distance you can see that there is a campfire. And you can see that Flock is sitting there, and he's actually looking out towards the celebrations, and you notice this sense of anger and rage in his eyes.
Flock the brother or Flock the eagle?
Flock the brother.
Okay.
Okay.
In the middle of that chat after what he said, I go, well, Barty, I don't know siblingness very much. I didn't have any brothers and sisters, but from what I saw when we were with Moose and her brother, just because you're related and have a lot in common, it doesn't mean you have the same drive. So maybe the path that you saw for yourself is not the one that Flock saw for himself. And for the first time, maybe you two had differing goals. That happens.
Yeah, Remy was always... He was a lot like you, right? He was much more interested in being around people and talking to them, and I was never that person. I think sometimes that can drive a wedge between family. Is any of this reassuring at all? I'm not very good at this. Like I just said, Remy was always the...
that first day was eye-opening. I saw the attention that I was getting, and I understood that could be toxic. And we did have a mission. We were sent here for a reason. And I promised my brother that I would need to do better to make sure that I wasn't distracted or anything by the commoners, and that we would be together.
So what exactly was your mission? I understand the idea of protecting the people, but was there an explicit, you need to go and do this?
No, it was a very vague mission. It was just a matter of protecting and saving those that couldn't protect and save themselves. There are a lot of people out there that just don't have the strength, and there's a lot of evil in this world, and that was our main goal.
So sometimes protecting people means you gotta talk to them.
Yeah,
Means you have to be among them. I don't...
yeah, and honestly, I really did enjoy that time with those people in the town, but it was very clear that my brother really wanted to make sure that we stuck to our mission and you know, just couldn't get distracted. There's a difference between talking and getting to know the information that we need and sitting and really enjoying the attention. So
Moose, like, turns to look at Surreal and gives her the most, wow, this dude is the biggest asshole I have ever heard of look. Like, you know, the, like...
Yep. Surreal is gonna kind of raise her eyebrows and press her mouth together like, yep. I mean, because here's the thing, Barty, like, helping people sometimes is making them laugh or putting on a good show.
Making them feel safe and loved and comforted.
Think about when we ran into those people that were on the road, however long ago that was, and they loved your music. And they had had a really shitty night, and they had been really scared about all this giant stuff going on. And for one night, they had a really wonderful time. You know, got to forget about it. Got to put down all those troubles. So it sounds like your brother and you have different ideas about how to help people, but neither one of those is wrong.
I mean, I realize that now, but we were just so young, you know? At that time, especially. My brother was just so sure of himself. It was just easier to follow his lead.
From what you guys know about Arakakra, considering most of you are either human or of a class that lives a relatively normal lifespan, tieflings also live a relatively normal lifespan, and I think tabaxi do too, not entirely sure. But from what you know about Arakakra, you know that Arakakra don't live very long, and what is considered an adult in Arakakra would still technically be like a baby to you guys. They haven't learned a lot yet. I think adulthood's at like 8 years old or something like that.
They have an equivalent lifespan to humans.
You said they have equivalent lifespan to humans, Drew?
Tabaxi do.
Yeah, tabaxi do. Arakakra do not.
Yeah, so it's like 40 or something, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So you follow the memory Barty off the path for a while until you stumble upon a small campfire behind some vines. The other brother sits by the fire, far from the excitement of the city. He looks up and stares at his brother with a look that can only be described as jealousy. The nearby fire turns green, and above it text appears saying, "They planned their effort, one through sight, the other through speech. I never knew how deep that jealousy would reach."
Sorry, who is jealous of who?
Flock is jealous of Barty.
Uh,
Are we walking to a Cain and Abel situation? Because I
Yes, we are.
don't want to get involved in that. I just, like, Cell doesn't want to deal with it. Drew doesn't want to deal with it.
Nick doesn't want to deal with it.
If somebody picks up a rock, I'm done. I'm walking
If
out.
someone picks up a rock.
If a god asks one of us, "Where's Flock?" and someone's like, "Am I my brother's keeper?" I'm done. I'm out.
Did we go with Nick during or party during this memory?
Yeah, you're all there together.
Have we heard from his creepy, omniscient voice brother?
Last you heard him was when he said, "We'll start from the top, back in the pedestal room."
Alright, well, for the record, if he's listening, you're a fucking dick.
Everybody make an investigation check.
27.
Woo! 14.
I'm Batman.
22.
16.
That's an 18 for Surreal.
18. So everybody except Moose, as you guys are standing there just kind of looking at the scene, you look at Flock as he's sitting there with this look of jealousy in his eyes, and you see, as you get a little closer, the eyes for a split second fade to black, and in the center of his eyes are these very, very, very tiny white pupils. Before the scene fades, the glowing text warps and changes. It now glows black and says, "A goal of adventure, excitement, and glee is not the ending I had wanted for thee. To think the storyteller of this tale is one of the feathers would make you as ignorant as the one onto which I unleashed my tethers." And everything goes black. You find yourselves in a small room, similar to the one you started in, with an open tunnel that heads down to one end. Walking down the tunnel leads to a massive chasm, only it seems that the chasm is upside down. You look up and you see the ceiling is actually a pool of water that goes 10 feet above the opening of the ceiling, all the way across to the other side. The chasm is about 300 feet wide, and on the other end of the chasm, you see there is another open tunnel. Down below, you just see darkness and emanating from the darkness is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tortured screams and yells and all types of horrible things. Additionally, you see the occasional ripple in the pool of water above as you see water dripping from down below up towards the ceiling.
Okay.
Where did you say your brother went again?
I don't know. Do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm just looking for any answer that explains this.
I've never seen this before. I mean, I'm gonna try to throw something into the chasm and see if gravity is upside down.
You throw something in. What are you throwing in?
Another silver piece. I only had 2 to begin with.
All right, you throw a silver piece, it goes down.
Okay. So physics is still a thing, I guess.
I look up at the water on the ceiling. Sure, Barty. Physics is still a thing. Anything from your tales talk about this? Have you seen any puppet shows, told stories about this nonsense? Any ideas, anyone?
I mean, we could jump in. Zell?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you want to jump into the weird physics cavern?
So there's a bunch of tortured souls in the darkness below us, and above us, it looks like a pool of water.
Mm-hmm. But for you, gravity seems to still be affecting you going downwards. So you can
Downwards.
assume that if you were to jump, you would fall.
But you said the water was dripping from the bottom up.
The water is dripping from the bottom up, but you seem to be facing... You're not standing on the ceiling, you're standing on the floor. So your gravity is down.
Okay. I would like to fly up and then fly.
Hold on. Tie off a rope and pass it our way, please.
Very good point. I'm gonna fasten a rope around my waist.
Surreal, can you help me with this? You very strong individual, you.
Let me know what you want me to do.
Hold the rope.
I can do that.
Okay. I'm going to fly up.
Okay.
And then fly 5 feet forward into between the water and the chasm below.
Okay, so you fly forward a little bit, and as you do, the scream seems to just echo and bounce off of the cavern walls, and it just shakes you to your core. And you think that if you were to stand in this for too long, it might do some pretty bad damage to you.
Okay, so I'm gonna fly back and ask, did you guys hear that?
Did we?
You can continue to hear the screamings, but for you, it just got louder as you exited the tunnel.
That was unbearable, guys. I don't think I could fly across.
In?
Into the water?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can try. I could try. So I'm going to fly up as far as possible as I can to the ceiling, and then kind of just swoop up.
Yeah, you can swoop straight up, and you dip your head into the water, I'm assuming?
Yep.
The screaming gets intense for a second, but as soon as you dip your head into the water seems to muffle the sound of the screaming, and it's not as bad.
All right, I'm going to fly back out into the group and say that the water seems to be protecting my ears from the screams.
Maybe we just have to swim through, but upside...
Above the sea.
Under...
Above the sea.
Upside...
Up where it's
Above the
something
sea.
is better. Up where it's wetter. Whatever.
Okay, I have no spells that could help with this.
I don't even know, Zell, you have a water walking ring, but can you walk on it upside down, or would you go through the... my brain is killing me right now.
Yeah, I don't like this. I didn't study physics in rock school.
We can use the pythons to take the rope and stamp one end into the ceiling, and then I could fly across with my head covered to the other side and use the rope on the other side, and then bring you back, and then you guys can type rope on the water across the rope and down.
Isn't it like 300 feet?
That feels
Yes?
far more complex than just trying to get us into the water on the ceiling
But I'm afraid you're gonna fall.
to find out what happens.
Yeah, can you just carry us across with our heads in the water?
Can I? I don't know the whole like carrying weight.
You would have to be relying on your strength a lot to carry someone across a 300-foot chasm.
Barty, can you dip your whole body into the water and swim?
All right, fly up into the thing and directly into the water.
Bloosh. So yeah, he goes into the water, and you guys can see him go in. You see the water go psh, and like splash downward and then go back up, which is really weird. But yeah, you are completely submerged into the water, and you can swim.
Swim, really test out the weight of my body, make sure that everything's good, and then I'm going to just poke a thumb out of the water.
Sploosh. Yeah, you see a thumb. You see a bird thumb. pop out.
Is he giving us the thumbs up or thumbs sideways? Was that
Yeah,
thumbs?
it goes thumbs down at first.
Thumbs
and
down?
Then flip it up.
I think it's thumbs up.
Okay.
Dislocate your wrist.
I can help launch somebody up there? How far?
The walls seem climbable.
All right.
Like, the walls are jagged that you could probably climb up them with relative ease.
How far up is it?
It's like 10 feet. It's not that far.
Oh.
Oh, then yeah, Zell's just gonna climb up there.
Yeah, you can just...
Actually, Zell could probably standing jump into it, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe.
Leap.
I mean, his head could get in there.
Yeah.
15-foot vertical leap.
Don't we have that immovable rod?
You do.
Zell has it.
But he's already in the water.
Zell, oh, okay. All right.
You want a salmon ladder up to the...
No, I was just thinking probably stick it in the wall in the water so we can heave ourselves into the water, because you can't just, like, climb. I don't know where the gravity threshold is, but...
The walls seem climbable. Like, you don't have to make any checks or anything to just climb up the wall and get into the water.
Gotcha. Before everybody else goes in, I'm gonna say, anybody that has something that does not want to get wet, put it in the bag. I'm gonna put my shoes in the bag of holding, because there's nothing worse than wet shoes.
Worse than wet socks.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put my shoes and my socks in the bag of holding. I will offer that for everybody else, and then I will seal that bad boy up and climb up and get in the water.
Did Barty come out at any point in time with that, or are you still in the water?
I'm still in the water.
Okay. I will climb up and go into the water as well.
Okay. So you all end up making your way, and you get into this ceiling of water, and you find you're able to swim. You're able to, like, as you're climbing the wall, you notice that the screams get really loud for a second as you're in there, but as soon as you get into the water, it's like instant relief of, oh, okay.
Just keep swimming.
Yep.
Just keep swimming.
This water's gonna drop. This water's gonna drop in like 2 seconds. Look, Buggy's hand's already there.
As you start making your way, swimming across towards the other side, I need everybody to roll initiative.
Fuck!
Oof.
Natty 20.
So, Moose, what's the total?
Add your dex.
23.
23, cool. Mortimer?
22.
Surreal?
9.
9. Barty?
7.
7. And Zell?
28.
28. Holy shit. All right, Zell, you make your way across. I would say you have crazy speeds, but swim speeds are a different scenario.
Yeah, I don't have crazy swim speeds. Unless I can walk on the surface of the water from the bottom side.
From the bottom side.
Yeah, like in the water, just...
Yeah, walking upside down. I'd say sure. You could technically do that. So you start making your way, swimming or walking yourself towards the other side, and so does Moose, and so does Mortimer. As you guys get towards about the halfway point, I need everybody to make dexterity saving throws.
19.
19.
7.
Dirty 20. Is this a monster, Bucky? Because if it is, I can't be surprised.
It is not a monster. Well, I guess technically it would be a monster.
All right. So does this count on the advantage against effects that I can see while not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated barbarian thing?
Has Surreal learned to swim with her eyes open?
It's not really it's something actively trying to go at you.
All right. Yeah. Surreal definitely knows how to swim very well because she was a sailor.
That's right. Yep.
Well, most sailors didn't know how to swim.
Surreal knows how to swim.
Just saying, if that is your contextualizing argument.
I got a 24.
Okay, so Mortimer, you got a 7, 24, dirty 20, and Surreal?
I rolled a 14.
Okay.
But that's not advantage, right?
No.
Okay, so just 14.
Okay. So as you guys keep swimming across, you get towards the halfway point. Mortimer and Surreal, you begin to feel something wrap around your leg, and as you look down, you see what looks like this black living seaweed moving its way over towards you and wraps around your leg and wraps around Surreal's leg, and the two of you are restrained and being pulled further down, or I should say further up into the water. The rest of you manage to see this.
So, I'm sorry, it's reaching from the ceiling down to us and pulling us up?
Yes, pulling you further into the water.
I see.
Technically, we'll start at the initiative count with Zell. Zell, you are up first. You can notice that two of your companions have there's these black living seaweeds moving towards you, and two of your companions are wrapped up in them.
I'm really tempted to run away, but that's because I'm an asshole. I drew him a terrible human being.
I drew him a Slytherin and would flee.
Yes. Figure it out for yourselves. No, I'll run back and I'll try to help.
Okay.
I'm going to... Man, we're in water. That changes the way everything's going to work. And upside down water. This is fucking portal nonsense. I will try to grab whoever's closest. I'll run over to while standing on the surface of the water from the bottom of it and try to grab.
Okay. So you grab onto Mortimer and make a strength check.
Oh, no, I'm just going to hit the button on the immovable rod.
Oh, so you just hold him there. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. So you are currently standing there and just holding him, making sure he doesn't sink any further. Okay. Next up is Moose.
How long can we hold our breath?
Technically, you can hold your breath a number of minutes equal to your Constitution modifier plus 1, I believe.
Okay, so Surreal's probably peachy keen. Wait, who's getting dragged? It's Surreal and...
Mortimer. Currently, Zell has clicked the immovable rod and is holding onto Mortimer so he doesn't sink any deeper.
Moose is gonna just start shooting at the vines. 'Cause arrows don't take gunpowder.
Okay. I would say roll an attack.
19.
19. Roll damage.
Would you say this vine is a humanoid?
No. No, it is not.
9 points damage.
9 points damage. Which one were you shooting at? Mortimer or Surreal?
Surreal's.
Surreal. So you shoot the arrow and it goes boom for a short distance, but gets far enough to hit the seaweed that's wrapped around Surreal, and it severs it. And Surreal is now free. You can begin swimming away.
I'll hang out until Mortimer's free.
Okay. Next up, Mortimer.
I'm going to unsheath my short sword +1 and try to slash at the seaweed by my leg.
Okay. Roll an attack.
Be a 27 to hit.
Yep. Roll damage.
Is 6 damage.
All right. You sever it straight in half. Zell, you feel relief as you were being pulled further down as that seaweed is severed, and you pull Mortimer up a little bit, and he's not grappled by it anymore.
I give Zell a look of thanks, and I'm going to move my full speed with my bonus action dash out to the other side.
Okay. Continue swimming along, and since none of you are grappled at this moment, you are all free to just continue swimming for the round. You guys are getting close towards the other side. I need everybody to make another dexterity saving throw.
Can I advantage on this one? Because now I know that shit's coming.
Sure. Why not?
14 for Mortimer.
16 for Barty.
Okay.
25.
25, Moose.
8.
And Surreal.
18.
18. So this time, Mortimer, as you're about to get to the other side, and Moose, you both are about to get there. These more seaweeds wrap down, and both of you get pulled back a little bit as the rest of you turn around and see your friends getting pulled back in the other direction. Back at the top would be Zell.
Who got grabbed again?
Mortimer and Moose.
Wait, did I get a turn?
Because no one was grappled, you were all able to swim freely to the other side of the thing.
Fine.
So I figured you would just use your action to get the fuck out of the water and get to the
Yeah.
other side.
Yeah.
Well, this time I'll grab Moose and use the immovable rod.
Okay, so Moose is standing there. She's not going to sink any further. All right, so it's you, Moose. You're up.
Longbows are heavy, so I shouldn't drop it.
You can switch to a different weapon if you want.
Yeah, but like I wanted to do something cool and just like drop my longbow and let it float, but it would sink because it is made of heavy. So okay, she's gonna like shove her longbow between her legs and like pull out the knife that she has in her belt and try to saw at it.
Okay, roll an attack.
22.
Nice. Roll damage.
Sorry, it's a short sword, not a knife.
A short sword. Okay.
Dos. Yeah.
Total? Wait, what's your dex?
3, but I don't have the feat that does dex for...
Short swords are finesse weapons, aren't they?
Their strength. I think they're martial.
Are they? I think they're finesse.
Short swords are finesse weapons.
Yeah, so you can use your dex for that.
Okay. 5.
5, which is exactly what you needed to cut it.
Cool.
So you reach the sword down and you cut up and you cut the seaweed, and you again are pulled up, and Zell, you're able to unclick the immovable rod and continue swimming. Mortimer, you are being pulled down.
Slice, slice. That is a 26 to hit.
Nope.
That is 8 points of damage.
Can't dodge seaweed.
Yup. You cut it, and you're free.
I'm going to bonus action, dash, and move.
Cool. You whoosh, and all of you, since no one's being restrained any longer, you're able to get to the other side and just kind of sploosh out of the water and grapple onto the other end of the tunnel, and you are now 300 feet on the other side of the chasm.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm kicking myself because before we got in that water, I was like, we could just tie ropes to ourselves and the immovable rod. So whatever happens, as long as someone's holding it. And then it didn't say anything. and I wasted it.
Do you want to go back through?
No, I'm good.
I also just realized that all of my spells are vocal, so I was completely useless in that situation. I could thunder wave, but that would actually hurt everybody, so...
When we get out, I'm going to go, Body, I forgot I was going to do something for you. I don't want you to die in here. And I'm going to cast the 1 Death Ward charge that I have on Barty.
Okay.
Thank you.
So if you go down to 0, you will pop back up to 1.
Wait, what?
That's what Death Ward does. If you get a free pass. If you drop down to 0, you will pop back up at 1.
Thank you, because I'm squishy.
Bars are squishy.
Is that the giant rune that you only get one of?
No, that is I think it's my helm thing.
Oh, okay, that's right.
The glove is...
It is my Gloves of Helm's Protection, the Preserve Life ability.
Gotcha, cool.
So you get to the other end, and the tunnel continues down a little further, and once again you see the same pedestal room that you've seen so far with the paper, the candles, and now the yellow and the green ones are unlit.
All right.
Is there any point in delaying?
Nah.
I don't think so. Is everyone good on health?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm solid.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, approach the paper. Let's do it.
The scene shifts again, as the first thing that hits you is the smell. The smell of still water and decay hits your nose as the sight of a ruined and flooded farming village appears before you. Wooden houses have crumbled from moisture. Land that was once fertile is covered in sludge. Suddenly, an explosion is heard off towards your right. You turn to see a still scene of the 2 brothers mid-fight with a mage who has just launched a fireball past them.
This the one?
Yeah, we might have bit off a little more than we could chew. Being our first mission, we knew we'd work well together and we trusted each other, but I don't know. I don't think we were ready.
The fight ensues before you. The brothers fight with grace, and eventually the mage is brought down. She lies on the ground and speaks something to them. Barty is taken back, while Flock stands resolute, blade in hand. In a fast motion, the mage looks up and begins to cast a spell. You see Barty's body begin to glow blue before the scene freezes. Within the burning trees, you see the purple glowing text appear. It says, "The mission began. They had the upper hand, but they hesitated, and the mage struck with a single command. The damage was done. I finished the job. But 1 feather's life the mage was able to rob."
She wasn't really what the townsfolk led us to believe. Before this, she opened our eyes to reveal that the townsfolk actually were the ones that destroyed this village. It wasn't her. She was away when the townspeople came in. Due to overcrowding, they decided to take this town as their own, and they wiped out everyone. The people I spent the night with and enjoyed their company, they weren't as innocent as I thought that they were. It was in that moment of revelation that we hesitated. I hesitated. And it was something that I would live to regret.
Something just clicked for me, Barty. Is this a mission from the Harpers? Or was this a mission that you 2 went on for yourselves?
This was just something we stumbled upon. The Harpers, they didn't come until later.
Hey, Bucky.
Yeah.
Do any of us recognize this mage?
No, I would say that none of you, but you would be a resident of Chult, if any of you had ever been to Chult, then maybe, but no.
Okay. I was like, oh my god, is it Surreal's girlfriend?
Oh, no. No.
Oh my god, could you imagine?
Right? Right?
You'll see why it's not Surreal's girlfriend in a second, but no.
We jumped in before knowing all the details, and my brother just lost it when I was hurt. Wasn't willing to listen to her side of the story, just wanted to take her down.
In a sudden flash, Barty is overtaken by the mage's spell and soars into the sky. Flock dashes forward and swipes his blade across the throat of the mage. He looks up to see the body of his brother merge with a lone hawk that happened to be flying past at that moment.
What?
Just to clarify, you said the body of Barty merged with the bird in the sky,
Yes.
who we would think to be Flock.
Yes.
I see.
Yeah, you easily recognize that hawk as Flock. What you know as Flock Brown.
I didn't know what was happening to me. I mean, one second I was myself, standing there, fighting alongside my brother, and the next I was in a body that I didn't know. I was stuck that way.
Was.
I repeat, what?
So really look like you want to say something, but you're holding it back.
Would you like to contribute to the conversation, Morgan?
Morgan's just mad because she didn't immediately use insight
All you can make an insight check.
until she found out that Flock was a liar.
No, actually, all of you make an insight check.
No, I'm just joking.
I don't want to make an insight check.
I don't want to make one.
It's not on Barty.
Yes, I will make an insight check.
Insight check.
I failed the insight check.
Ooh, I got a 13.
Oh.
I got a 12.
Mm.
Just in case that one extra made a difference.
Heck yeah.
19.
19. Barty, you're the only one that notices this. You were a little distracted at the time, being sucked into the body of a hawk, but you look at your brother as he cut the throat of the mage. You look at his face and you see literal no care in his eyes and his face into the story of this mage. He, this doesn't look like the brother you knew growing up. Like, there is no compassion in his eyes at all.
This isn't the man this isn't the bird. This isn't the brother I knew. He had love in his heart. He had compassion. This is just pure anger.
Can I do something?
Sure.
Can I mosey my way over in this memory and kind of get in front of and look in the face of this, the one on the ground, Flock?
Yeah, make a investigation check.
Nope.
No, he just looks angry, like Barty said. He looks pissed.
Can I poke it?
Yeah, your hand goes through it.
Barty, you said you were stuck like this. I take it, given how you are now, that is no longer the case. Were you and who we know as Flock separated?
No. We continued together for a while. It's tough, Immediately you're put into a different body. All of your senses are off. It takes a while to get used to this new form. But we stuck together, just like I always knew we would. I would follow him anywhere.
Barty, you're gonna have to be very specific with this next answer here because I'm getting a little confuzzled and I don't want this to go in a bad direction. You, who we know now, are you this person's brother? And I point to the one on the ground.
Yes, this is my brother.
And you are Barty McFly.
Yes, I am Barty McFly.
Insight check.
Roll an insight check.
One door speaks lies, one door speaks the truth.
I am Iron Man.
19 insight check.
Okay, he's telling the truth. He is Barty McFly.
Okay, but who is Barty McFly? Which one is Barty McFly?
Everybody asks who is Barty McFly, but no one asks how is Barty McFly.
I'm confused because you just said that you didn't separate from the hawk body, but clearly...
The hawk body. I thought you meant separate from my brother, like, location-wise.
No.
Like, just like separate and, like, I flew off one way and he went another way.
Wait, sorry, I need to interject here. All right, your brother is Flock. You are Barty. Your bird, we will call Brown, all right? Okay,
Yes.
Okay, all right, continue.
Okay, yes. I eventually became what you see now and was separated from the hawk, yes.
Okay, we're in better spaces now.
Sorry for misunderstanding. I have a lot going on in my mind right now.
No worries.
This entire time, Barty has been lying to you. He's actually a druid.
You could have perhaps made this a little less confusing if you had not named your pet bird exactly the same name of your twin brother.
I mean, come on, it's like, feeling home, feeling close.
The story's not over.
Night falls as Flock and Barty, in his new form, land back in Port Nyanzaru. The townspeople cheer, but they do not cheer for the one standing before them. They cheer for Barty McFly. Flock stands for a moment before a wide smile fills his face. He walks towards the cheering crowd, fully embracing all of the attention. On the nearby wall, more purple text appears. The quest was complete. The town cheered with relief. They called the name of the one they knew and didn't know their grief.
For Taking Initiative news and updates, you can visit us at takinginitiativepodcast.com or on Twitter at TI_pod. If you enjoyed the show, you can help us grow by leaving a review.
I'm Jonathan Buckmaster, aka your friendly neighborhood Bucky, and I've been your DM.
I'm Josh Perot, and I've played Mortimer Greaves.
This is Morgan Conroy, and I've played Surreal, and you can find me on Twitter at ThistleRaven.
I'm Hannah, and I've been playing Moose. You can find me on Twitter at TenderOrganic.
My name is Nick Figueroa, and I play the one and only Barty McFly. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at NikoFigs. That's NIKOFIGS.
Hello, this is Drew, and I've played Zell, and you can find me on Twitter at cyber_Sasquatch.
This episode was edited by Morgan Conroy. The original artwork for the logo was created by Chao Santos. You can find him on Twitter at Black Salander. The theme song was created by Neil Martin of The Lucky Die. You can find him on Twitter at Bardic Martin. All additional music in the episode was created by Kevin MacLeod and can be found at incompetech.filmmusic.io. Any additional info about the music used in this episode can be found in the description. All race and class information, the D&D 5e rule set, and the Storm King's Thunder module are properties of Wizards of the Coast. Any information about additional homebrew content can be found in the episode's description. If you enjoyed the show and would like to support us, please visit us at patreon.com/takinginitiative. There you can find early access to episodes and bonus content.
The Once and Future Nerd is a tale of knights and kings, orcs and elves, in which... Oh, you've heard that before, have you? Well, in this tale, 3 teenagers have been trapped, and together they must... Oh, you've heard that one as well? Fine. Here's what real people from your realm have to say about the Once and Future Nerd.
All reviews are by real fans, but performed by actors.
I call this one socially aware D&D.
Necromancers pervert the most sacrosanct traditions.
Not all necromancers. Oh, wait. Yes, that one is definitionally true.
An awesome adventure with plenty of LGBT representation and badass female characters.
Oh, wait. That wasn't very ladylike. Hark! Verily, I hereby decree that you all shall yourselves.
It's a show that happens to deeply understand the world in which it was created.
Stories matter. People are the stories they tell. Power is who gets to tell the stories.
Find us at onceandfuturenerd.com